Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Second year. We have today Ernest Hemingway, Cat in the Rain. This short story under the title Cat in the Rain. What do we have in this story? Before this, I say that Ernest Hemingway, he is an American writer. He is not an English or British writer. He is an American novelist, and he is short story writer and journalist. هنا journalist وقفنا عندها because this is an important. Who is the journalist? He is the one who convey the news, and he is working journal editor in the journal or reporter. And Hemingway also worked in war as a reporter, war reporter. All these things affect his style in writing the short stories. يعني if we go to this story and read it, we find that his sentences are simple, a subject, verb and complement, full stop. يعني his sentence short, declarative sentences. This is due to his work in journal, because the journalists, those people are focusing only on what? On convey the news only. Not they are not after the يعني declarative language or complex sophisticated language. No, they are main concern just to convey the information for the people. That's why his writings or his style is very simple. This is one thing that is related to his style. Also, he worked in war, and he tried to reflect in his writings the themes of war, especially Second World War. And also he suffering from some sort of mental defect or psychological defects, and this story Cat in the Rain mostly reflects some incidents in his own life, real incidents in his own life, because he get married 4 times, and the last time he gets married from a woman which is younger than him. She is very young while he is an old man, and this marriage is influenced badly his life, because of course the difference in their age lead to failure in the marriage. And here let us start by reading the story. There were only 2 Americans stopping at the hotel. They did not know any of the people. They passed on the stairs on their way to and from their room. Their room was on the 2nd floor facing the sea. It also faced the public garden and the war monument. There were bounds and green benches in the public garden. So what we have in the first paragraph, the writer introduced directly for us 2 couples, 2 Americans, and they are in the hotel. So it seems that they are not in their home, but rather they are visitors, or they are traveled to another place. So this means they are strangers there. And there is a description for the place where they stay, and a description to the hotel in which they face public garden, war monument. This war monument is important. Okay, also there is a description to the setting, and to the place and the time, because this writer focus on this point. Description of the setting. In the good weather, also there is a description, students, to the weather. In the good weather, there was always an artist with this easel. Artists like the way the palms grow and the bright colors of the hotels facing the gardens and the sea. Still describing the place. This is because he wants the reader, as if he wants the reader to be with them, or to feel as if he is watching them. Okay, Italians came from long way off to look up at the war monument. It was made of bronze and glistened in the rain. So here he is repeated the word war monument. Okay, and we know what does mean by this repetition. Okay, war monument, here it is something repeated. It is repeated. Why? Because as if the writer wants to focus on the idea of the war monument. The bad influence of the war, which is led to killing the people, and the psychological effect of the war. Even those soldiers in the war, if they did not die, they are die in life. if he does not lose his life, he is going to lose his health, mental health. And Ernest Hemingway is one of those soldiers who lost his mental health because of the war. And here war monument also is important. Why? Because he went to say that those people give importance, Italians, because here the setting is Italy. Thus they are American and they visit Italy, okay, as a tourist. Italians appreciate their soldiers, but America is not, never appreciate their soldiers. So again, Ernest Hemingway, up till now in the second paragraph, he went to focus on the idea of the war and the bad influence of the war, because he himself, Ernest Hemingway himself, is a victim of the war. Okay, the rain. In the rain, here rain. It was raining. The rain dripped from the palm trees. So look here, the word rain. Rain is very important. In one paragraph, this word repeated 3 times, only in one paragraph. It listened in the rain. It was raining. The rain dripped from the palm trees. So why this is repetition? Why this motive is important? Before this, let us talk about the symbolism of the rain. What is the rain? Those drops of water that falls from the sky. This is their meaning in dictionary. What is the meaning of the rain? The symbolic meaning of the rain. Rain maybe it means what? It means richness. It means loss. It means so many things. What it does mean here? This rain means it is not clear the meaning up till now of this word. Water stood in pools of bath. The sea broke in a long line in the rain. Again rain here. And what? Slipped back down to beach to come up and break again in a long line in the rain. The motor cars were gone from the sequoia by war monument across the sequoia. In the doorway of the cafe, waters stood looking out of the empty sequoia. Also, empty sequoia is something important. Here, sequoia means it is public garden, but it is empty. There is no one to visit this garden, empty sequoia. Here, the writer went to focus on the symbolic meaning of this word, empty sequoia. It is a symbol because it indicates a loneliness, disconnection, that everyone lived in isolation, and especially after the Second World War. The bad influence of this word is that everyone, human beings, every man in the 20th century or the 21st century lived in isolation, lived alone. So here empty sequoia represent to this idea, loneliness, isolation. Okay, what about rain? Rain, it means sometimes it means lost. Sometimes people in the 20th century never understand themselves because of the word. They suffer from what? Mental distraction. They lost. They could not communicate with others, so they themselves couldn't understand themselves. That's why this word is repeated more than one time. So the symbolic meaning of the rain, we understand it, and why it is repeated. Also, the writer wants to focus on this idea of the lost. Empty sequoia to focus on the idea of the loneliness. American wife. So here we have the two couples, and this is the first one of them. American wife stood at the window looking out. Look here, looking through the window. This is nothing new for us. We have people looking through the window before this time, right, students? And we have, for example, Vera looking through the window. We have her aunt in the open window, looking through the window. And this is means something that, looking through the window, in literature we can read it in different way. That the people does not satisfied with his present situation and went to search something outside. He does not satisfied with the current position, with the reality, and always he is lacking for what? for certain points in his life, and he went to get them outside his reality. So what does this American wife suffer from? Let us read. Now, looking through the window, outside, right under the window, a cat was crushed under one of the dripping green tables. The cat, look to this paragraph, cat. Okay, also this cat is symbol. Cat was crushed under one of the dripping green tables. The cat was trying to make herself so compact that she would not be dripped on. So in this paragraph we have the word cat repeated 2 times, and the cat here is symbol, but we don't know what does it mean. This nice animal, this domestic animal, cat. This cat, it is in the rain, and this woman, American wife, went to get this cat. She went to protect this cat from the rain. What she does it? I'm going down and get that kitty, American wife. Now this is a conversation between the American wife and her husband. She tells him that she is going to leave the room and get this cat. She called kitty, not cat, because it's something different, cat and kitty. Because kitty, this expression comes only from children. The children called kitty, and she went this cat to save her from the rain. I'll do it, her husband offered from the bed. No, I'll get it. The poor kitty I was trying to keep dry under the table. The husband went on reading, lying propped up with the 2 pillows at the foot of the bed. Don't get wet, he said. So what he did, he is keep in his reading, and the woman, his wife, is going to come and get this cat. So this woman, it seems to me that she is suffering from some sort of buoyance, and she is looking through the window. While she is looking through the window, she observed this cat, and the wife went downstairs. The hotel owner, this is another character, hotel owner, stood up, bowed to her as she passed the office. His desk was at the far end of the office. He was an old man and very tall. So he gave us his description. Here we have the third person narrator, and he gave us the description of this man. He is old and very tall, and he will come here. He will come here in a highly respected way. Albordi, he is an Italian. The wife said she liked the hotel keeper. This woman liked this the hotel keeper owner. Why? Because this man will come here in a respected way. That's why she is attracted to this man. And it seems to me that this woman is suffering from she is suffering from loneliness. She is suffering from care or respecting from her husband. We observe the relationship between them, or the treatment between them. He is only keeping in his reading and let his wife to go out in the rain without any objection, without any word. While what about here? Here the hotel keeper will come here humbly and will come here in a very respected way, and he is going to offer a help for her, and he show his respect for her. That's why this woman from this situation is suffering from lack of communication with her husband, lack of understanding, and lack of care. Okay, the wife said she liked the hotel keeper. Sì signora, brutto tempo. It is very bad weather. طبعا ghost number 1 and number 2 هذا الكلام in Italy. راح تلقى ترجمة مالته نهاية الصفحة. Okay, it is very bad weather. Okay, so here let's talk about the weather. Bad weather. In the beginning, just in the first paragraph, we have the weather is a very soft. Directly he is going to change. He is going to shift. It is very bad weather. Also here the writer went to focus on the idea that in change in the weather, he is focusing on the description of the setting, the time and the place. Here the time, it is at the beginning it is good time, but here it is very bad. It is going to rain, and rain means what? Means problems, means lost, means so many things. So here what he stood behind his desk in the far, let us read. He stood behind his desk in the far end of the dim room. The wife liked him. She liked the deadly serious way he received any compliment. Okay, what do we have? Look to this sentence. The wife liked him. Here Ernest Hemingway is known in his frequent using of the symbols and in the motive. He is going to repeat this sentence. The wife liked him. She liked deadly serious way he received any claim. She liked, this is I think the fourth time, she liked his dignity. She liked the way he went to serve her. She liked the way he felt about being a hotel keeper. She liked his old heavy face and big hands. So she liked everything in this man, as if I repeat the same idea that this woman suffering from serious problems with her husband. It is a lack of communication. Lack of communication, or it is an understanding between them. This is due to the what? They are couples, their age is different. She is very young, she is under the 20s, I think, and he is very old. He is past the 15s. So this is the age difference between the couple that leads to problems in their life. It is misunderstanding or never understanding at all between them. That's why up till now in this situation we don't focusing on the husband. Just he is reading, and just he is as if he is swimming in his world only, in the world of reading only. What about the housekeeper? Look to the housekeeper or hotel owner. The hotel owner, what? He welcome her, he show the help for her, he is afraid of her from the bad weather, and that's why she is focusing on him. Liking him, again the verb like is repeated. So this woman suffers from the loss, suffers from loneliness. That's why she is attracted towards hotel owner. Liking him, she opened the door. Look out. It was raining harder. A man in a rubber cap was crossing the empty square to the cafe. There is a man with he has a cap. He is going to enter to the empty square, and the empty square is repeated for the third time. Empty square again connected with the idea of loneliness. It is empty square. No one come to this garden. Okay. The cat would be around to the right. Perhaps she could go alone under the eaves. As she stood in the doorways, an umbrella opened behind her. It was the maid who looked after their room. So she is outside. I mean the American woman. She went to help and she is searching for the cat, and there is only man entering to the empty square, and suddenly there is an umbrella opened behind her, and she thought that he is the hotel keeper, but she is a maid. She is a servant in the hotel, and the hotel keeper told her to present this umbrella to behind the American one. You must not go it, she smiled. Speaking Italian, of course, the hotel keeper had sent her. With the maid holding the umbrella over her, she walked along the gravel path until she was under their window. The table was there, washed bright green in the rain, but the cat was gone. She was suddenly disappointed. The maid looked up at her. So what is her? She is in searching for this cat, and she reached under the window of her room in this hotel, but she couldn't find it because the cat was gone. and she is very disappointed. So when she go out, this woman, when she go out and searching for the cat, not only to protect her, because she herself went this cat for herself. So why she is disappointed? Because she don't get the cat. So this means what? This means that the cat represents to something rather than being the animal, domestic animal. So the symbolic meaning of the cat is that cat means certain desire, certain hopes, wishes that she went to gain them. She couldn't achieve them in reality. That's why the cat represents to sometimes to the family, sometimes represent to the child itself. So up till now, those couples, American wife and her husband, they are without children, and this woman feel alone. So might be this cat represent to a child, might be represent to her to her dreams that she want to achieve them. This woman wants something to protect him. يعني she went to be responsible. She went to get something and she took care of this thing, and to be responsible, to be as an adult, as a woman who has a responsibility toward certain things. And that's why this wife feel disappointed and feel sad because she lost this cat. And here this is the meaning of the cat, the symbolic meaning of the cat. Why it is a motive, why it is repeated the word cat? Because it means that this woman never achieved her dreams. This woman suffering from what? Psychological suffering, psychological problems. Also it means that there is a problem in her marriage. Okay, so here you must, where is, okay, here. With the maid holding the umbrella over her, she walked down here. Ha bridotto qualco cosa signora. طبعا أكيد هذا الكلام in Italy. There was a cat, said the American girl. A cat? Si il gatto? A cat. The maid laughed. A cat in the rain? It is something unusual. Yes, she said under the table. Then, oh, I want it so much. I want a kitty. Look to the behavior of this woman, American woman. يعني she is afraid of leaving the cat in the rain. And look to the servant or the maid. She laughed on this sentence. A cat in the rain. She laughed because it's something normal to leave the cat. And the rain could not harm the cat because cat could protect herself from the rain. But the American woman, no, she went to protect her because she thought that she is going to die because of the rain, or the rain is going to harm this cat. Okay, and look to the way that the American woman she behaved. I went it so much. I wanted a kitty. Look to her. She insists on getting the cat, and sometimes she called a kitty like a child. And only children, in English or in America, the children normally the children call the cat kitty. They make it as if it is a toy. So I want it so much. She insists. She repeats the same verb. Yes, this indicates what? This indicates that her personality as if she is a child. The American woman as if she is a child. And you know that only the child insists on getting things. I want it. Look, the behavior of the child. This is a way of behavior. It is a childish way. I want it so much. When she talk English, the maid's face tightened. Come, signora, she said. We must get back inside. You will be wet. I suppose so. Yes. They went back along the gravel path and passed in the door. The maid stayed outside to close the umbrella. As the American girl passed the office, the patron bowed from his desk. Something felt very small and tight inside the gear. The pardon made her feel very small, at the same time really important. She had a momentary feeling of being of supreme importance. She went on up the stairs. She opened the door of the room. George was on the bed reading. Who is George? Now she is returning. She is very sad to lose this cat, because the cat represents something more than being a cat. Represent to her dreams, to her wishes, to her degree. Represent to a child. This woman is her behavior like a child, but she went to get a child. Yes, returning to her husband. Her husband now. This is his name, George. The husband, the American husband, called a George, and he was on the bed reading. This is not the first time the writer give us this information. From the beginning, we know that he is keep in his bed reading, as if this is his only activity in his life. George is away from his wife. George never care of his wife, never care of her ambition, of her dreams, of her wishes. So this woman suffering from loneliness, even within her marriage. Did you get the cat? As he came putting the book down, it was gone. Wonder where it went to. Resting his eyes from reading, she sat down on the bed. I wanted so much, she said. I don't know why I wanted so much. I wanted the bouquet. It isn't any fun to be the bouquet out on the rain. So again, this conversation here, especially this, focusing on her personality, that she is a woman with childish character, a woman with childish personality, childish behavior, and she is went to be an adult. So this, it is. I think she is a teenage, because those people are suffering from this struggle, inner struggle, that they want to be treated as if they are adult people. They want to grow up. They want to be treated as if they are an adult and have a responsibility. At the same time, their behavior is still childish. Their body is big or adult body, and their mind is the mind of child. This is a problem, or it is a phenomenon. It is a feature in every teenager. So this woman is, according to her age, suffering from this point. And because her husband is George is an old man, that's why he is not stop at those points. He just was on bed and reading. He just was on the bed and reading. And look to her why she insists. I want it. I don't know why I want it. I want it. So here in this sentence also he repeats, it is a motive. She wants things that she herself doesn't know what are they. Okay, George was again reading. This is another motive to what? To indicate that they are away from each other. There is no understanding between them. There is no even George. There is no responsibility towards his wife. Okay, what else? She went over and sat in the front of the mirror. Now looking through the mirror, this is very important in literature, students. When you looking through the window is important, and looking through the mirror is also important. Looking through the window means you are not satisfied with your present reality. You are not satisfied with your life, and you are searching as if you are escaping. When I ask you the symbolism of the window, you remember in the open window, we say that its meaning is different for each character. It is way for escaping. It is way for returning or hope. Here, looking through the window by the American woman, she is searching for herself. She is searching for her identity. She is searching for her dreams to achieve through the window. Now looking for the mirror, when you look to the mirror, what do you see? You see yourself. So here it is as if it is a conversation, inner conversation. Here the writer is going, Ernest Hemingway, to focus on the inner world of the woman, because mirror in the world of literature and the world of psychology also means to reflect yourself, to reflect now your dreams, your wishes, the thing you can't say, to focus on the forbidden things in your life, the forbidden wishes that you can't deliver for others people. So looking through the window is a very important. Yes, before talking about the mirror, let's just make a survey to what we say before this time, that focusing on the beginning on those American couples, and at the beginning we have a good weather, quickly it is changed to a bad weather. This is a description of the environment or on the weather is very important. It is a foreshadowing element. يعني in narrative, in fiction we call it foreshadowing element. وخليتكم تعرفوا foreshadowing بنهاية الملف. Foreshadowing elements means what? It is a hints, تلميحات, hints to something is going to happen at the end of the story. يعني it seems to me that what? It is a good weather because their relationship is good at the beginning when they get married, but it is quickly become bad because there is a problem in their marriage appeared quickly in their when they get married. Why? Again, the writer went to focus on the marriage problem. Marriage, this is a major theme, marriage problem, that is supposed to be stand on understanding between the couples, similarity in their personality, or somehow, let me say, somehow they are similar, supposed to be also their age is supposed to be similar, somehow similar, and so in order to be understanding between them and in order to be a successful marriage. So this point is important. The symbolism of the weather description is important. The symbolism of the empty sequel is important because their life is completely empty. Their life is completely filled with loneliness, isolation. Also the symbolism of the rain, the symbolism of the cat, and the motive. The motive is important. Reading motive, raining motive, like motive. This woman, when she said I like it so much, to focusing on the ideas and the problems that those two couples suffering from. What do we have also? War monument. The war monuments, يعني monument means like something like a statue, is important and it is repeated more than one time also. It represents for what? It means to glorify the soldiers who die in the war. This is a literal and dictionary meaning of the war monument, but the symbolic meaning here is what? It means something behind it, that and it repeats more than one time. The motive of this war monument is that the theme of war, the result of the war. What is the result of the war? No one is victorious in the war because all of armies are going to lose. If you don't lose your soldier as a dead people, you are going to lose them as alive, because when they return to their home as a victorious, but they lose their mental health, their psychologicality is going to be affected by what they observe, what they live in the war. And Ernest Hemingway is one of the soldiers who is suffering from the war, even when he returned to his home alive, but he is suffering from mental health. I tell you something about this writer. He commits suicide and he killed himself at the end of, and he ends his life by his hand because he is suffering from what? He is suffering from this defect because of the war. So this is the idea of the war monument. Also might be the war monument represent to the war between those two couples, or the expected war between them in the future.